Today I think it would be fun to look at some alternative methods on how to fix Anakin Skywalker. Obviously this is a big talking point of the community right now when it comes to Anakin in Battlefront 2. Is he too overpowered? Is he not? And while I personally think he's fine, he should be this good in the game, he did receive a recent nerf, and that seems to have satisfied a majority of people in the community. However, there is still obviously that group that think Anakin's still a bit overpowered, so I thought I'd come up with some potential solutions here today. While personally I wouldn't put these into place because I think Anakin is fine, they could work for that group that still just want Anakin completely nerfed or feel he's too overpowered on the battlefront. And it would be too easy in my opinion to just say let's nerf some of his abilities. Maybe we can do something else instead of actually affecting how he plays in game, affect how we acquire Anakin in game, I would say. I think it's important to look at the price of Anakin first of all, so I'm not talking about how much he costs to buy, I'm talking about how many battle points you gotta pay for Anakin in each era. For the prequels, understandably 4,500. The originals, 4,500 once again, which I don't understand because Vader then should be 4,500 in the prequels, but he's not. And then in the sequels, Anakin is 6,000. And I would say something we need to look at here is how much Anakin should cost in each era. And you could say, should he be 6,000 in each era, even the prequels and the originals? I definitely think he should be 6,000 in the originals anyway. But in the prequels as well, 6,000. You could even up it and say because he's the chosen one, because he has all these amazing abilities and is quite overpowered, let's up it to 8,000. But there is a drawback to this. If Anakin is costing 6,000 in every era, or even 8,000, there is the possibility that your average player isn't going to get to use Anakin at all, and it's still going to be those really good pro players saving up their battle points and acquiring Anakin every game. But the thing is, this is kind of the situation now anyway. When I'm trying to get Anakin footage, I might need it specifically for a video. I'm constantly having to back out of games every time I'm not getting Anakin because those really good players just manage to get him every single game, no matter what the battle point cost is anyway. So would upping the price actually give the not so skillful players a better chance anyway? I don't think so, because they don't seem to be getting Anakin in the first place. I know that because I struggle as well, believe it or not. Plus, if you do want to use Anakin, you can always get a group of friends and go into HVV. I know some people may find it hard that they might not have anyone who plays Battlefront on their specific platform, or have anyone who plays Battlefront at all. I know that is quite an issue as well. You can always try Anakin out in arcade, but I do admit this is a pressing issue of the community, that people want to use Anakin online and just can't seem to acquire him at all. So would upping the battle point cost actually do more bad than it would good? It would, however, limit how many people could be using Anakin every single game, because maybe they just think, okay, let's go for the easier option of Rey in this era or Luke in this era. I want to move on to method number 2 though, and that is limiting Anakin to one player a game. So if there's a really newbie player who manages to get Anakin and he dies within the first minute of the game, that Anakin has already been used up for that match. I'm talking about Galactic Assault here, by the way, so if someone dies as Anakin, that is it. Nobody can pick Anakin again in that whole game, whereas if you die with another hero, Luke, Leia for example, and you die, another player can just select them again. Why not limit Anakin to one per game? Once again though, if a skillful player manages to get Anakin, it's not going to matter too much anyway, because they'll probably just remain as Anakin for the whole game. So there are certain things we need to take into consideration here. But I want to know if any of these methods you think would help Anakin at all. He has been nerfed, I wouldn't nerf him again, and I wouldn't touch his abilities. I think there are other ways around this, and if I think there's any good ideas in the comments section, I may cover them in a future video. Thank you very much for watching everyone, I do hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all